Joao Felix wants a Chelsea return. However, the harsh truth is simple. Mauricio Pochettino has way too much control and doesn't want him here. Kudus is holding out for a release clause at Brighton, and I will explain why. Moises Caicedo is linked with it, and apparently people are seeing the way Brighton are treating their players. Who would have thought? Kepa Arrizabalaga? Well, listen, prayers do come true, because it looks like Thomas Tuchel is willing to answer one of mine. He wants to take Kepa to Bayern. We're going to break it down. We're going to explain why he wants to do it and why Poch does not want him to leave. Furthermore, Lewis Hall gets a new contract. Reece James and Ben Chilwell are our new captain and assistant captain. Cesar Casade is all of a sudden going on loan instead of to Girona to Leicester City. Angelo and Washington are both going to Strasbourg. Let's get into it. We have got a heck of a lot to talk through. You have seen the latest Chelsea news in bullet point form. Now you're going to see it in pure detail. Welcome to the Kavkas View. Welcome to the Kavkas View, Brett. Okay, today we have got 7 talking points. 7 bloody talking points, and I know you guys are going to enjoy it. So all I ask of you guys is to hit the like button. 1,000 likes is what we're requesting on this channel, because at this moment in time, when you lot do it, the video flies to the moon and back. Number 2, subscribe to the channel. We are literally 560 people away from, I think, hitting the 30,000 mark. I need you lot to do that for me. And finally, in pinned comment is my Twitter. Go follow me there. And FPL is in the pinned comment if any of you are interested. Now let's move on to the story. Story number 1. You all know that I want Joao Felix back at Chelsea. Joao Felix has been linked with everybody apart from big European clubs. Why? Well, number 1, Atletico have got him training with the youth kit team. The reason being because they don't want him in and around the squad, because Simeone and him don't get along. Why is he training with the under-21s? Because they are trying to force him out of the club. They've got him on a 4-year deal. They want 120 million euros for him. No one's willing to pay it. The only entity that wants to pay it is someone in Saudi Arabia. I think it's Al Hilal. On the other hand, Joao Felix is trying to force his way out of the club. Reason being, he wants to go and play regular football. His preferred destination is Barcelona. However, Barcelona cannot afford his wages, nor can they afford the fee. He has openly stated that he is willing to come back to Chelsea and would love the opportunity to play for Chelsea on numerous occasions. However, Mauricio Pochettino has way too much power at the club and a lot of say, and he doesn't want him back. Listen, if Mauricio doesn't want him back, so be it. I am upset. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that the story from Ben Jacobs didn't make me upset. However, I can see Chelsea hopefully flipping on this and one day going to secure Joao Felix back to the club. But as of this moment, if Pochettino wants no Joao Felix, I think Pochettino is going to get it. It's a shame considering the fact that we need a number 10, and I think Joao Felix would be an ultimate number 10. It is what it is. Let's move on to the next. Moises Caicedo is integral in this situation, and I think people were saying that this was going to happen to Brighton. Moises Caicedo joined Brighton for £4 million. Ever since then, they've had an £80 million bid rejected for Moises Caicedo from Chelsea Football Club, and Caicedo's camp has been kicking up a fuss. He's gone on strike, he's refusing to train, and he wants his way out of the club. However, Brighton have set up a move for whom else? Mr. Mohamed Kudus from Ajax. Chelsea wanted him as well, and this is very interesting because if you actually think about it from a logistical standpoint, if Chelsea go and buy Kudus, Brighton are going to be extra stubborn and not let Caicedo join Chelsea, even if Chelsea are willing to pay the valuation. However, the player apparently is got some reservations and why he does not want to join Brighton as of this moment. The fee has been agreed of 40 million euros with Brighton FC and Ajax, but the reservation is simple and clear for all to see. Kudus wants a release clause. Kudus does not want to be in a situation where he wants to leave Brighton and Hove Albion. However, and the way Chelsea at the moment are struggling to get Moises Caicedo out of the contract, another club will struggle to get Mohamed Kudus out. Matt Law has reiterated that Chelsea could still be back for Mohamed Kudus and acquire his services. I would personally love that move. I think he's better than Elise. I think he's more productive. I think he's more athletic. And I think he suits the number 10 role more than Elise does at Chelsea Football Club. That's just my opinion. And I love the fact that Brighton are getting exactly what they deserve. I literally nearly did a cartwheel in my kitchen when I saw this news this morning. Kepa Arrizabalaga potentially could be joining Bayern Munich, as Bayern Munich have put him on their shortlist to become their number 1 goalkeeper. And a lot of you are going to ask what the hell is going on and why are Brighton doing this? Well, story number 1 is that Thomas Tuchel really valued the player during his tenure at Chelsea. He thinks he's a top-class goalkeeper and would add value to Chelsea Football Club. At this moment in time, Kepa is being linked on a loan deal with an obligation to buy at the end of next year. For me, I think this is a good move for Chelsea to do. I think Kepa's on 190k. He's getting ridiculously overpaid. I don't think he's that great of a goalkeeper. So the reports in Germany saying if Bayern want him, take him. Thank you, Thomas Tuchel. However, Mauricio Pochettino really values the goalkeeper and thinks he's an asset to the team and would not be willing to let him go. But the decision is going to be made above his head. Yes, Pochettino has a lot of influence, but the way that Chelsea works right now, there's a committee. That's almost like a transfer committee. The manager, Win Stanley, Lawrence Stewart, and other individuals from the academy all have an input on whether it's players coming through the ranks, whether players getting new deals, and whether it's individuals being purchased. Igbali and Bowley are also involved in this committee. They have the final sign-off, which makes sense considering it's their money and their check. This is where it gets interesting. If Kepa moves on, what happens? Well, Chelsea are being linked with the Bayern, the Dortmund's goalkeeper, Kobo, and my countryman, my Georgian, my brother, Marmerdashvili. The guy from Valencia is going to be linked, and it is very interesting. Good goalkeeper, very poor with ball playing abilities. So it's going to be interesting whether Chelsea actually go out there and acquire a service. Speaking on more positive news, we can now talk about our new captain for the upcoming season. The one and only Reece James has got the armband. It's something that we've been expecting, and it's something that I think we're very proud as individuals that love Cobham, as individuals that think the Chelsea production line of Reece James coming through the academy was amazing, and now that he's the captain, it's almost a continuation of the saga of John Terry being the captain. I love it. I think it's amazing news. I'm really looking forward to seeing Reece James on the pitch, so hopefully he can get over his injury troubles and become a regular. However, the assistant was one that I was very surprised in the sense of his form. However, I'm not surprised in from the links I've been hearing off the pitch and what I've been seeing as well. So let's talk about this. Ben Chilwell has been up, down, up, down, up, down. That's the honest truth, right? We all know he's not the most consistent player out there. Let's just put it this way. However, his impact off the pitch has been he's been very vocal. He's always putting his arm around the youth players. He's always talking out. He's always speaking like a captain. And at this moment in time, with the limited experience we have in the team, it makes sense. Thiago Silva most probably didn't get it due to the language barrier. As captain and as vice captain, you need to do a lot of interviews, and also, more importantly, you need to do a lot of off-the-pitch media work. Most probably Thiago Silva didn't want that responsibility, and even though he doesn't have the armband, there aren't many people that will have a go at Thiago Silva and say he's not a leader in that dressing room if he speaks up. He definitely is a leader. We need to respect him, and I love the fact that we're starting to get some clarity around the leaders in the group, and now we need to start demanding victory. We need to start demanding an ethos at the club. When new players join, they look up at these players and say, you know what, that's the standard barrier. So it's good news with Reece James. I hope Ben Chilwell returns to some sort of form that he was before the Champions League. That's my personal opinion. Now we need to get into the loan army and the players going out on loan, and something that we need to break down nice and quickly. Number one, Lewis Hall is going out on loan to Crystal Palace, but before he'll be going out on loan, he has signed a new 6-year deal with an option of 1 for the club. It's a similar deal in the sense of years that Levi Colwill has signed. Lewis Hall was on £7,000 a week and now has had a lovely pay bump, so he will be going out to Palace, a lot richer man. The individual at this moment in time is a very good player. He can play midfield and he can play left back, and it looks like during his tenure at Crystal Palace he's going to be going out there and, more importantly, battling Tariq Mitchell for that left back role. Whether I think that's a good idea or not, I think it's difficult, but, and this is a key but, he needs to go out there and make that position his own. It's very important that he elevates his level to a specific level that brings him back to Chelsea, and he is competing against Ben Chilwell and hopefully becomes the backup left back or takes the spot, because next year we'll be trying to move Cucurella on. Furthermore, what was really nice to see is Cesar Casadei has now moved officially to Leicester City. He will be playing there in a team that is possession based, a team that plays a similar style of football with Chelsea, and a team that's going to be competing against low blocks. During his tenure at Leicester, Chelsea are going to hope to develop the arts and crafts of him becoming physical, and more importantly, him being comfortable in possession in tight areas to ensure when he comes back to Chelsea he can contribute. Fabrizio said this was heavily desired impacted by Chelsea because he had a lot of Premier League clubs interested in him and Serie A clubs, but they wanted to make sure that the fit was correct. Furthermore, the final stories. Angelo has now officially gone out on loan to Strasbourg. We knew this was going to happen. We wish him the best of luck. We'll be keeping an eye on him. And David Washington has officially picked Chelsea after, and here we go from Fabrizio Romano. This is great news. You already know what I've spoke about David Washington. It's very positive. It's very positive about Angelo. I will be watching a lot of Strasbourg. And you know what? If you lot are interested, I might even be doing some reviews about Strasbourg high level, because next year is going to be a lot of Chelsea players there and a lot of young players that could be Chelsea players in the future. So if you enjoyed this video and this lengthy video, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Let me know your thoughts. And in the comments below, are you happy with Reece James being our new captain? If you are, hit the like button. If you're not, still hit the like button. You made it this far. Like, comment, subscribe, and follow me on Twitter. Peace out.